Welcome back to Brain Bitesize. Have you ever felt like a volcano ready to erupt but can't figure out why? Or maybe you've been accused of overreacting to small annoyances. You might be surprised to learn these could be signs of bottled up emotions. Stick around until the end of this video because I'll be sharing a personal story that might change how you deal with your feelings. Number 1, avoiding confrontation. When avoiding confrontation, many of us are experts without even realizing it. It's a typical response to uncomfortable situations and a sign that you might be bottling up your emotions. Think about it. How often do you find yourself saying, "Sure, no worries," in a text while internally you're anything but fine? This avoidance can stem from fear of conflict, worry about damaging relationships, or even a lack of confidence in expressing our true feelings. But here's the thing about confrontation. It's not inherently negative. It can be a healthy and necessary part of communication. It allows us to clear misunderstandings, express our needs, and even strengthen relationships through honest dialogue. When we constantly sidestep confrontation, we deny ourselves these opportunities for growth and understanding. The little things aren't so little. Picture this. You're having a relatively good day, but something minor goes wrong. Maybe you spill your coffee or someone cuts you off in traffic. Suddenly, you feel a surge of anger disproportionate to the incident. Why does this happen? This overreaction is often not truly about the incident, but rather a symptom of deeper, unresolved emotions. When we consistently push down our feelings, be it frustration, sadness, or disappointment, they don't just disappear. They simmer under the surface, accumulating over time. Then a minor inconvenience triggers these pent-up emotions, leading to an excessive outburst. It's like a pressure cooker. Each time we suppress an emotion, it's akin to turning up the heat. The more we avoid dealing with these feelings, the more pressure builds. Eventually, it reaches a point where it needs to escape, and often the little things open the valve. The spilled coffee isn't just a mess, it symbolizes every frustration we must address. The great pretender. This phenomenon occurs when an individual feels compelled to wear a mask, presenting a version of themselves to a world drastically different from who they truly are. It's a form of self-protection, a way to hide true feelings and vulnerabilities from others. However, this act of pretense is more than just putting on a brave face. It's a deep-seated coping mechanism that often indicates a significant disconnect between one's internal emotions and external expressions. Imagine this. In public, you're the life of the party, always smiling, always ready with a witty remark. But behind closed doors, the smile fades, and you're left grappling with feelings of sadness, anxiety, or frustration. This disparity can be exhausting. It's like playing a role every day that you never auditioned for. The energy it takes to maintain this facade can be draining, leaving little room for genuine emotional experiences. The art of distraction. In today's fast-paced, digitally driven world, distractions are at our fingertips, making it easier than ever to avoid confronting our feelings. But what does this mean and how does it manifest in our daily lives? Firstly, let's consider the nature of these distractions. They can range from the seemingly harmless, like endlessly scrolling through social media, to more concerning behaviors such as excessive work, overeating, or even substance abuse. These activities serve a primary purpose: to keep our minds occupied so we don't have to face the emotions simmering beneath the surface. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a wound without treating the underlying injury. But why do we resort to distractions? Often, it's because dealing with our emotions feels overwhelming or painful. It's much easier to lose ourselves in a Netflix binge or hours of aimless internet surfing than to sit with feelings of sadness, anger, or loneliness. However, this avoidance doesn't make the emotions disappear. It merely pushes them down temporarily. 5. The emotional allergy. This is where witnessing or being around emotional expressions, sadness, anger, or even extreme joy, triggers discomfort or unease in us. It's as if we're allergic to these displays of feelings. But why does this happen? At its core, this discomfort reflects our relationship with emotions. If you've ever felt uneasy or wanted to retreat in the face of someone else's emotional outpouring, it might be a mirror showing how you deal with your feelings. Often, this reaction stems from a place of not having processed or acknowledged our emotions. It's like having a room in your mind where you've locked away all the feelings you find difficult or overwhelming. When you see someone else openly expressing their emotions, it's as if they're knocking on that door, which can be unsettling. 6. The personal journey. A couple of years ago, I lost someone incredibly close to me. It was a loss that shook my world, but instead of facing the grief, I pushed it away. I was afraid that if I let myself feel the full extent of my sorrow, it would overwhelm me and swallow me whole. So I chose distraction. I buried myself in work, in social media, in anything that would keep my mind off the pain. On the surface, I appeared to be coping well, but underneath, the grief was like a constant dark shadow. This personal journey taught me the importance of facing our emotions head on. It's a continuous process, one that requires patience and self-compassion. We often underestimate the impact that unprocessed emotions can have on our lives. They can affect our relationships, work, and most importantly, our relationship with ourselves. Understanding and acknowledging our emotions is crucial for our mental and emotional well-being. If you recognize yourself in any of these signs, start a conversation with yourself or seek support. Remember, it's okay to feel and it's okay to seek help. If you found this video helpful, share and subscribe for more brain bite-sized content. Until next time, keep those emotions in check and your mind clear.